I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's Tina's Doom Showtime! And they're on in a safe time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment. And that puts in Rapture on the podium. But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull. It's who wins. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to another week of Moose Racing League action. Oh my golly gee, it's been way too long since I've been here in Tier 1. I am so excited to be joining you guys here for round 7 of the Season 13 Tier 1 Championship. And we're at one of my personal favorite tracks. It's one of the tracks that absolutely gives some of the best racing you can get on the F1 games. It is none other than the beast in the Middle East. It's Qatar. We're gonna have so much fun here tonight. And you know what makes this even better? Cool tracks are cool. Good drivers are cool. What's way more important, what's way more fun, is the friends that get to join us. And we've got our good friend, Mr. Militime, joining us here tonight. What's going on, dude? How are you doing?
Hi, feeling pretty good tonight. I've watched Tier 3 and Tier 2, and all I can say is what we're expecting tonight is going to be insane. There's going to be some wings blowing off. There's going to be some insane battles. I'm more curious on what kind of strategy we're going to be playing out tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the strategy is going to be a huge one for the night. I think in general we're going to see a lot of carnage. Obviously, what we look for. Probably not quite as much as I got last week in Tier 2 at the end of that. Let's pray, obviously, we don't get that bad. But I think it's going to be pretty crazy. Because, of course, we got a whole lot of action that goes around this track. We've got 16 corners across 3.34 miles, which covers, you know, some really good overtaking zones. I would say there's a good 4 or 5, but the big traditional ones are obviously into the final corner every once in a while and into turn 1 are the big ones. But you'll see some into that hairpin at turn, I want to say it's turn 10 right there in the middle of the track. Oh, excuse me, I mean turn 6. There might be some people that make a big dive if they get a really good run out of that turn 5 area. One thing you don't know about Qatar, which obviously you can't really see when you're in it and you don't really notice it, but it's actually got quite a bit of elevation change as we're looking at from this track map. It goes all the way up, all the way up until you get to that turn 14, 15 area, and then starts to sharply decrease down towards your start-finish straight where it's at the bottom of its elevation right at turn 1. So fun little fact there, it does kind of change up some of the racing lines. But of course, you know, all these Tier 1 drivers know that. They're here ready to go and put on the best show they possibly can because they're the best of the best.
Oh.
And man, we're gonna have a.
See that?
No, I did not. I'm not watching quite yet.
There was a little bit of an incident right there with Sketchy.
Already, people are getting in the track. Oh
yeah.
Man. Well, let's go jump over to qualify. No, you're good. Looks like so. I guess Sketchable's already found its way into an incident. But hey, you know what? That's the Sketchable way. He always finds his way into an incident, and you know, at least he's getting it done early. There, he's giving us a little wiggle. He says, "I know I'm on broadcast." He says, "Don't look at me too much." He's in the bright green highlighter, of course, getting ready to go put down a lap. I think he's charging up all the battery. There he goes. Let's go see what he's got for his very first lap. Obviously, throwing one down here in Qatar. Mateo currently on provisional, but we're gonna get way faster than that. The fastest lap I've ever seen completed is a low 20. I was wrong. It was a 20.2 is the fastest I've ever seen completed. Obviously, as a time trial world record. We'll see if somebody can go even faster.
I think we're gonna see that, yeah.
I think we're gonna see a mid 20.
We're gonna see it.
I don't know about a low 20 though. I feel like it'll be oh, there goes Sketchable already messing it up. Congratulations, Sketchable, and your teammate right behind you watching it. He'll probably be laughing about him in the garage. Back to another driver though. We got Major Kaufman coming around turn 1. On his way through turn 2. Very tame lap for Major Kaufman so far. I think Major Kaufman's just gonna try to put down a decent banker. Oh, it's because he's not pushing. That's why. I was like, this seems really easy.
Is he just heating his tires up and you understood that one? No, I get it.
Yep. I thought I was like, oh yeah, he's ready to go because I started seeing burn some battery, but nah, nothing going on. But somebody who is going and putting one down, it looks like it's Eruption, obviously our Aston Martin team principal, hard turn into the final corner. How's he going to do? He's obviously always a fan favorite to win a race.
He's got a lot of battery left on the end there.
There it is. My God.
There it is. You said low 20s, and Eruption runs a 24. 20.4.
That's crazy.
What a lap.
That's very quick.
These guys are insane.
Also, we've got Mr. Titan in the chat. He says, nice to see you. I'm here to entertain, not to perform. Mr. Titan obviously has been at the back of the struggle of Angabus this entire season, unfortunately. But you know what? Maybe today's the day where the luck turns around and your pants aren't so brown. And hopefully you have a much better race tonight instead of just shitting your pants with all these super crazy fast guys all around you. I think today's going to be a good one for you. I also think somebody who's going to have a really good race, just kind of out of it, that you probably wouldn't usually expect to have a really great race, is actually Sketchable, even though obviously he's not having great qualifying. I think he's going to end up getting pretty lucky. This is my genie prediction, but I could be very wrong, obviously. We'll see if he does go and prove me right or prove me wrong. Looks like, though, he's already done with this.
I don't really know. any of these drivers very well, so I'm kind of
Hey.
coming into this a little bit from a different perspective. So I'm curious to see what the race is going to bring, because qualifying is one thing. This track is very DRS dependent.
Yep. You lose it, you're out. It's gonna be tough. So I think something to look for. Obviously, Eruption's always one who's got a shot. Nick Aro, of course, as well, always got a shot. That'd be DeFi. Zyro's reserving in tonight for the Red Bull team. He's looking pretty good. He always looks good. Miko on his day could be, a shot to go and win the race, of course. He's got it in him. So we'll see if he can go and pull that one out. A little bit further down the crowd, I think Chazzybot, honestly, has it in him. It's just a question of, can he actually extract that and put that into an actionable performance? It's the real big question. Of course, Supply Raptor last season's P3, P2, I can't remember. Always looks strong, always looks like a contender to go and potentially win a race. He's on an outlap right now, getting ready to go put down his first lap. He's just starting his outlap, so we'll go back to him in a little bit.
Hey, he's building all that battery. He's about to start. You can see him coming around this corner, try to build all that momentum. Let's see what happens on this lap.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Chazzybot.
Oh, Chazzybot? Yeah. Looks like he's going to go in the pits.
I thought he was going to go on a lap, and he's going to the pits.
Not yet. Oh, another one who's always one to look at is Cloud. Cloud's always got a shot to win as well. So there's a good solid 6 or 7, I think, that have a shot. Also, Titan says, you jinx any chance. Damn it. Thanks. Titan, that's fun. I don't know, Titan. I got faith. In fact, we're actually going to go and add to the jinx, the curse, and go take him around for a hot lap. He's currently in the middle of his outlap, so we got a little bit of time till we get back to him. There's a Ferrari out there right now who's flying. It looks like it's Josh Rose. Oh, it's going to be a hot lap, too. Let's see what he's got here. It's about to come across the line. One of the later ones to set his first outlap. Of course, 9 drivers to set one so far. He's going to make it 10 at a 21.1. Good enough for 5th. 4 now. Gaps are already very tight, though, except for that gap between Zyros and Nick Aro. Oh, my gosh. There's a night and day difference between P1, P2, and then P3.
Yeah, looks like our top 3 are crazy fast.
Do you think we're going to see a runaway tonight, or do you think we're going to see a good close fight for the top 5, top 10?
That's hard to say because of the way this track works. I don't know if qualifying is that important at this type of track. I don't know if it shows the pace. It's one thing to qualify really quick here because it's so dependent on aero and DRS down the main straight. So it's going to be interesting.
That's
if
fair.
you look
Also,
at your fastest qualifying time,
uh-huh.
I don't know what's going to happen with your actual race pace.
That's a good point. What I've noticed is those that do... Oh my gosh, Cyrus is really blitzing his way through an outlap. Those that do have a really good qualifying pace here usually are able to keep it on, hang around with the top guys pretty well. But Bum is saying he's predicting a safety car, and a safety car is hard to get here. It's notoriously very tough to get here. Zyros, look at the way he's hugging that white line on his way into turn 1. He's using every single millimeter of racetrack to get all the advantage he possibly can. Early on the power comes out of turn 1 and down into turn 2. It's just a little bit of downshift and then back on the power. Really strong, cutting over turn 3 curb. That's going to be fast in turn 4. Watch this. No brakes turn 4. Just a downshift. And once again, no brakes turn 5 again. Flat out he goes. And it's big braking into 6 right here. This is where the lap can either make or break. A little bit of lockup. Barely anything. Hardly noticeable. Tiny puff of smoke. Won't do him any sort of disservice. I think he's going to be just fine. Put up the hill and into 7. That's another one of the few braking zones on this track. Honestly, there's basically nowhere to brake. You just go flat out half the time. Just a little bit of downshifts here and there. Another flat out through 8. A little braking, a little bit of downshifting through 9, and back up on the power. Wow, this is looking quick from Zyros. I don't know, man. I see something special right here. He's about to come across the sector marker. And he's 2.5 tenths up. That's putting up into the 20.7s, depending on how he does his final sector. Obviously, flat out, flat out. How's he handle this one? One of the few drivers I've seen not to downshift through the second to last corner. I see a lot of people downshift there to get a little bit extra rotation, but it looks like he doesn't need it. Big turn into the final corner, and he's going to come and blast his way down the line. What's he got in the tank here? 20.5. It's a good lap. That's going to put him really competitive right there in the top 4. Dang. Miller, are you seeing any standouts right now? I was going to say, are you seeing any standouts right now that you think are looking like maybe good poise for a win?
It's tough to say. It's really tough to say because everybody is keeping so much momentum through these corners. It's all about how much you can not shave off of your exits and your entries. And I'm honestly blown away on what they're capable of doing right now. I'm watching Nick right now, and he is flying
Ah, cuts
on a
corner.
lap. Let's see. Oh, he's off. Oh, nope,
Yeah.
sorry, that was a little bit of a lag on my part.
Yeah, I got the same thing too, but he actually just cut a corner right before that, so that lap just went invalid, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's honestly mind-boggling when you see just how much momentum they can carry and keep going through these laps. Chazzy Bot right here, about to finish his first hot lap. Goes 10th, not as good as I thought he was going to do. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he had a little bit more in him. But take a look at the gaps right here. 6th down through 12th is separated by under 3/10.
I'm telling you right now, Punju, this is going to be
It's a bloodbath, man.
an insanely competitive race. And like what Bum is saying, he's saying it could be a safety car. And I kind of have to agree with him because of the way this track works.
Yeah.
Although there is no walls, there's going to be an accident because everybody's going to be fighting for that win.
Oh, big time. And I think he was also right. 20.3 is truly disgusting. And also poor Mr. Titan at a 23-1. Ouch. That's a tough one to watch. That's almost 3 seconds off. I mean, obviously, I think he's got a little bit more in him for sure. But poor guy, man. He's definitely struggling here tonight. Somebody who's yet to set a lap, though, is Cloud. Somebody who I mentioned, I think has a shot at a win every single week. When he races, I think he's got a shot. So we'll see if he does go out and put down a lap. He's only got 5 minutes left in his qualifying session. I think we'll see a couple bits of improvement from, like, say, Minico. We'll probably see a little bit of improvement from Sketchy Ball. Chazibot as well, I think, can improve. He's
Why
actually
do
going to
you think
go.
Cloud? I'm curious. Why do you think Cloud? Can you explain to me a little bit?
He's just so quick, dude. I'm like, I've seen tons of his races before. Dude's an absolute beast. He's got it in him, you know? It's just a question of can he put it together and, you know, when the pressure's on. Somebody who's putting it together right now when the pressure's on is Eruption. I just saw he's the 10th up right now. Maybe more. So I'm going to watch him come across the line because I'm curious if this is going to turn into original pole and it's actually going to be an invalid lap and he bursts his way into the pit stop.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was close. Yeah,
invalidated
exactly.
on the last corner right there.
Yeah. Lyric's right. Last season, Qatar, Estimba, Eruption, and Cloud all set 0.1s. Yeah. So, he's got a shot to win. Every single week he shows up. It's just a question of will he put that together as time goes on. Obviously, he has to go and qualify if he wants to go and get anything. But it looks like he's going to be qualifying. I don't know if he has a quali ban or not. I haven't checked. So, every single driver, though, in the pits except for Josh Rose. It's a very lonely track out there for the Ferrari. It looks like a Maranello test day right now. Just one car out on track. And then a rogue Mercedes like, hey, I'm important too. Cries in Lewis Hamilton. I think Josh also has a shot at doing something pretty special, but him and his teammate Jazzy have yet to really throw down the gauntlet of what I think they're capable of. Bader Castman, I think he's punching a little bit above his weight. I think he's doing a really good job there in 8th. He can do even better, but I think he's doing a really good job there. ADF, of course, also right in 5th. Dude, beast mode. He's fast. He's got it for sure. Kamau puts up a good point. He says, Cloud is consistent, calm, and rapid. Yeah. Calm is a big part of it, too, I think. He just doesn't, make mistakes and get messed up. Josh Rose is like, nah, I don't like this lap. I'm going in. Whoa. Late minute call. Now it's Gwetfro out there. And so now it's a Mercedes test day. That's it. But this also means, with this late of everybody coming out, it's going to be cluster out there. Look at this. Watch everybody filing out right now.
Hard to get a good lap in right now.
Everybody's coming out right now. Cloud's finally going out. Cloud is going for a one-shot quali.
I wonder if he's trying to save his soft, predicting what Bum said, a safety car. You never know what's going to happen in the race.
It's definitely possible. One thing also to note about Qatar, it is a fuel burner of a track. You end up using more fuel than you put in. So these drivers, hopefully, obviously they're all tier 1 drivers. They know that, yeah. Without a safety car, of course. If you get one, then it's all out the window. But somebody like Cloud obviously is going to have to be smart about what kind of fuel he puts into this car. He's going to be smart about how much he either overfuels or underfuels to get the most of this car, to get the most of that performance. I don't know, man. I see something special right here out of this McLaren coming out. I'm I'm excited for the pressure that he's putting himself in.
I don't disagree with you right here. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm really curious on how much he can push.
When you see, these top level drivers put themselves in these pressurized positions, do you think it's going to make them perform better, or do you think it would make them perform worse, and why?
Honestly, it really depends on what kind of mentality they come into this race. Like what you're saying, it's all the pressure. Some people thrive on it, and some people can't handle it. They get the shakes, the brake pedal and everything. They just not comfortable. When you see a driver perform really well in one of these races, it's because they feel like they belong. And I'm curious to see which one of these are going to perform like that.
Well, Cloud is starting his lap, and I think he wants to prove that he's one of those. Look at all that track that he's using right there, using the outside curbing. Great exit coming out of 1. Huge dive into turn 2. No brakes, by the way. Just downshift. And throws himself through turns 2 and 3. Dude, that's crazy how fast he is. Again, no brakes into turn 4. And no brakes again into turn 5. In fact, it's flat out turn 5. Tiny lip there to stabilize, I think. He got a little bit too much curb, probably more than he wanted to get. And not the most ideal hairpin there for turn 6. So I think Cloud isn't going to be looking at a potential, pole position. But he is, I still think, punching at that top 5 range, just watching the pace of this lap. It's looking good, huh?
It's looking really quick. I'm watching him right now. He's carrying a lot of momentum. Beautiful corner right here. Nailed that exit. Oh, my goodness. This is a flyer right here.
Yeah, it's disgusting. When you watch people like this who just have something special about this game, they just understand every single bit of its traction model and its limits of track. Let's look at how much curb he's using. Every single bit.
Goodness.
A bit of a mistake right there on the second last corner.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
I think he has a little bit more in there, and I think he's going to know. He's like, dang, that wasn't quite my best. But hey, for a one-shot quali, let's see what he's got. Imagine he does go provisional pole. I'm going to cry. Almost does it. It's a 20.448. Just barely in front of Eruption, who does have a little bit more to improve, and it looks like he is improving currently. Tachupi, though, throws himself up in a second right now, but other people want to go and usurp that position from him. Let's see if Eruption can go and take the day away from Supply Raptor in the Haas, who is right behind him on track as well. Here comes Eruption across the line. No shot. 20.1. That's disgusting. And Supply Raptor won't go better. DeFi doesn't get it either. So it's Eruption currently on provisional. Zyros is not plus or minus. Oh, he's up just a 10th. Zyros would have to have the most blistering final sector to get 4/10 out of that. I don't see it happening. I think Zyros best he can get himself up into maybe that 4th or 3rd spot. I don't know if it's going to happen. He's got to have a perfect final corner. I don't think that was perfect. It was very good. Wasn't quite perfect. I think he knows he had a little bit more to give in that one. Yeah, 20.474. Not enough to improve, but enough to make a difference for sure. And Chazbot wouldn't improve either. That is our qualifying order done and dusted with Eruption as the team principal stealing pole position. Congratulations.
With a beautiful lap. That was, I don't know how he was able to pull that out. That is insane. The commitment level that you have to be able to pull a 20.1 and the confidence in your setup, that is unbelievably impressive.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. Himself will obviously the 20.1. We got Nick Aro, Mr. DeFi at a 20.262, 1.15 tenths off. That's crazy. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Then Supply Raptor just there in 3rd, Tachubi in 4th, Cloud in 5th on a one-shot quali. Zyros in 6th, ADF in 7th. Chazibot moved himself up into 8th, pretty decent. Miniko in 9th, and Mateo obviously rounds our top 10. With Castleman, Josh Rose, City of Art, Jays, Gwenfro, Sketchy pulled down in 16th. Fletcher and Titan all finishing out our grid. We're going to see some pretty intense racing here tonight. Jack Fletcher says, I'm so sweaty for second last. Put in all the work, huh? Unfortunate, but hey, you know what? What matters is the effort, not the outcome, right? Some coach or something like that said that. I don't know. Well, yes, that's the people who hold all the trophies, and they say that's not true. What matters is the outcome. So we'll see who's going to take home that trophy tonight. I think we're going to see a heck of a race here up at the front. I say we're going to have top 5 pack, one away, and my game crash is what we're going to have. That's crazy.
Okay.
Good timing for that one, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Unfortunately, guys.
Hey, my honest... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, unfortunately, it looks like I might be missing this launch. You're going to have to call us out and let us know what's going on.
Will do.
I'm going to need you to send me an invite as well if you can.
Yes.
Whoa, man. So sorry to everybody. We're trying to get into this lobby as quickly as I possibly can. It's going to have the session as quick as possible. Oh, man, we're waiting. It just feels like it takes forever. Oh, Shantilla says, look at that gorgeous man, Miller. I agree. For real, dude.
Tilla is just in love with my mustache, so we've had conversations before.
Oh, I wonder what he's hoping to get out of that, you know? A little tickle. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves up into.
I'm trying to invite you back, and I don't see you online.
I'm sure I'll go eventually. I got one from City of R. Okay, I'm good. Let me know.
I'm really
lights,
curious on
have
how
lights already
this
gone
race is
out,
gonna
or
go.
have
No,
lights already
they
gone
have
out? I don't
not.
know. Oh, good. Maybe I get lucky. Vamos. Communicating with online services, guys. Don't worry.
I'm waiting on players.
Oh, good. It means not everybody's ready up. That's great. That's what we want. Have a shot. Steve actually says, I have time. I hope you're right. If people are nice and patient. Oh, wow. They're actually waiting for me? No way.
Oh,
wow.
That's so sweet.
That is sweet. Oh, my gosh. Well, you know what? I'm joining back up now, so we should be good to go in just a few seconds. Let's hope it lets me go.
So I'm going to go back on what Bum said earlier. Is I have a feeling if, like you said, the top 5 breakaway, there's going to be a safety car because everybody in this tier 1 is so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's going to want to give an inch.
That's true.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa. Hey, and we are off. Oh my gosh, I joined in just in time, right when the lights go out. We got Eruption with a great launch. DeFi with a really bad one. Not quite enough to get up alongside. I think he wants to stay in there, just getting a huge dive. When he goes up in there, and I think he might actually even take the lead. Coming out of turn 1, there's no way. Him and Eruption still side by side. It's neck and neck coming through turn 1. They're both on hard tires, so they're not going to have the grip they want. There goes DeFi up into the lead. It's barely done and dusted, but he does get it. Whoa, what a start for these guys. And it's still everybody neck and neck. Nobody getting away from any packs. Look at that tight grouping on track. It's just a giant amalgamation of colors there in a single little bit of the track, and everything else is gray. That was a good start for most of these drivers, and I don't see any end plates either anywhere, so that's always a win.
It's also a plus, but I'm surprised everybody decided in the front pack to start on hards. I kind of saw in tier 2 and tier 3, the hardest medium was the better strategy. So I'm really curious. Everybody, in my opinion, is starting on the hards.
Basically, everybody is. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 drivers that are on the mediums. So nowhere near the popular choice. Of course, the hards are the main one. Let's see who's got the best jumps and the worst jumps. Of course, ChazzyBot up 5 positions on the launch, but he's on the mediums. Then you got people like, ooh, DeFi getting up in position. Oh, there goes City of R getting into the back of, who was that? That was Josh Rose, and so he lost a little bit of time.
Look at them going into turn 1. Look at them going into turn 1. 3 wide.
Oh my gosh. ChazzyBot's up in the lead. Whoa, Chazzy with a huge move. Gets himself up in the lead. Of course, that medium tire is doing him serious justice. And DeFi and Eruption are trading blows left, right, and center. Now ChazzyBot wants to go and run away from this thing, but he's got to have the most disgusting pace I've ever seen in my life if he's going to get away from these guys. Because you're right, it's DRS heaven over here. If they stay within that DRS detection area, no chance he gets away.
Yeah, no, like I saw in the other tiers, it's kind of hard. He's going to be really quick on the mediums right now.
Yep.
Around lap 8 or 9, they're going to fall off pretty aggressively. So I'm very curious and see if he can break that DRS and run away for a minute. He needs a gap.
I mean, it looks like he's at this rate, he's going to do it. He's already almost 8/10 away from DeFi, who's sitting in second. That is a disgusting start from Chazzy. Even his team principal, Yellowstone's like, Chazzy's in first? Excuse me? I mean, we're all just as shocked as you are, but unfortunately, he does not break DRS. 6.9 tenths between himself and second place, and so that rear wing flap will open up for the blue protagonist of DeFi and the green protagonist of Eruption, trying their best to chase down the young gun that's leading this race in the red. I mean, shoot, dude. Chazzy, obviously, this is some interesting strategy. I think it could work out for him, but you're right. He needs to have a really good run from here through lap 8, and DeFi gives him a little bit of a tap coming into turn 1.
Look at that DRS train right there from second down to about 8th. The whole field.
The whole field's in it except for Gwenfro and Titan. My gosh, man. This is crazy tight. But of course, DeFi, look at this. You know, in the middle of the track, he loses so much time to that Ferrari. Dude, Chaz is just freaking blitzing them. As soon as they get to any sort of corners, see you later, alligator. He's out.
He has to. He needs to break DRS. He has to be pushing as hard as he can right now. Because if he does not break DRS, the hard tires are going to come into effect in about 5 laps. So he needs to break that DRS right now.
The hard part is he really only has braking zones to make a big difference, right? Because when they're in these, you know, flat out corners, the hards can go there too, right? They can go flat out through these corners just fine. Look at that. I mean, DeFi just gained like a 10th on Chazzy through the flat out corners right there of 14, 15, 16. So, sorry, 13, 14, 15. So I think Chazzy needs to have the most insane middle sector this next lap. He's about to lose 3/10 here out of DRS. If he can go and put down a crazy middle sector, that'll do him justice. Just kidding, he's going to lose more than 3. Oh, DeFi stays behind. Goodness. Eruption doesn't want to, though. Whoa. These guys are fighting hard, huh? No inches to be given anywhere.
I'm so surprised yet how hard they're fighting.
So 1 second. I love how I definitely left the overlay say tier 2. Thank you, D-Master. I somehow did not read that. Give me a few minutes. I'll go fix that once my keyboard charges. That's hilarious. Well, in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, we see ChazzyBot still holding it down. Eruption, obviously, staying pretty strong. We got a spin out there from Mr. Titan, unfortunately. Struggling a little bit at the back. Of course, once you lose the pack, it's just so hard to catch back up. Himself and Gwenfro both are in the struggle bus here. They are praying for a safety car. But are they going to get one? I don't know.
I think this is going to work out for Chazzy. He's not able to pull away. And with what I've seen and the tire strategies, I don't think this is going to work out for Chazzy at all. He's in the lead, yes, but he's going to get eaten up when they come to tire change time.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, dude. He just got dusted there on the second last corner. That's crazy. You would think that, you know, these softer compound tires would be significantly faster through those fast sections, but it makes literally no difference.
It really doesn't. The hard tires start. Here we go for a faster lead. Double pass.
DeFi's got it easy, but it's a question of Eruption. Will he have it on the exit? Not quite. Chazzy's still going to hold on. And now he's going to have crazy, crazy speed in this middle sector to hold in front of Eruption pretty well. Titan, unfortunately, has left the session. Oh, no. Maybe his game crashed or something. I'm not sure. He's definitely big time on the struggle bus. Also, Yellow Swimmer says, Chazzy is playing with house money. We're fine. He doesn't even care. That's fair. Chazzy is out there just to have fun tonight. That's funny. So, I mean, he's obviously, you know, just going to do the best he's got, but doesn't really care about the result tonight. And I think maybe that's also helped him take a little bit of the pressure off. And part of the reason why he's doing so well tonight. That's probably has something to do with it, huh?
Oh, you would think so. I think with the tire strategy and everything, yeah, maybe he's out there just having a little bit of fun. But even on the medium,
whoa!
And he's back in the lead right there. Do you see that little mistake?
That's crazy. Yeah,
overzealous on the throttle there.
Yeah, DeFi getting a little bit squirrely, and now he's back down to third. Actually, one position below where he started. So he's got to go and put down a little bit better performance to get that position back up. Eruption's going to obviously hold it the best he can. And Chazzy's really going to try to hold it, but 5/10, no shot. And I don't think Eruption will be nearly as patient as we saw DeFi be. In fact, there goes DeFi trying to get impatient as well and box Eruption in. Oh, told ya. Patience not his vocabulary. Little bit of bumping and grinding. Eruption, get a little squirrely on exit. Oh, man, these guys are scrapping hard. DeFi again getting a little bit squirrely, really putting on all the pressure he possibly can to get the max out of that car. But you know, in exchange for that, he's putting himself on the razor's edge. Do you think we're going to see anybody step over, and if so, when?
In my opinion, it's going to come here in a lap. But I take that back. Everybody else is on hards. It's the only person that's going to start losing tires is going to be Chazzy. But everybody else, they're getting impatient. They want to get past Chazzy. So you're going to start seeing, especially in turn 1, everybody else on the hard tires. We're talking about Neek, Supply, or Raptor, if you would, Cloud. They're going to want to pass him on the next DRS straight.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got to get by him. They have to. And Chazzy's kind of dropping a little bit of the pace here because of tire wear. So you're going to see, in my opinion, in the next couple laps, impatient drivers.
Yep, I think you're probably right. And I think the first one's going to be DeFi right here behind ChazzyBot. Going into turn one, expect something to happen between the red and the blue. It's a battle as old as time. Williams and Ferrari charging their way down to turn one. Who will come out in front? DeFi is going to go ahead and stay back. He says, I don't want to go for it quite yet. I'll let Chazzy stay ahead one more time. But I don't know if that decision is going to come back to bite him. Seems fine for now. But who knows? Also, Titan says, now my game has gone on strike. So, looks like Titan's game has indeed crashed out. Oh, man. It's gone from bad to worse, unfortunately, for the guy at the back. But let's hope he can find his way back into the lobby here. Somebody who also needs to find their way back into the race is Quenfro. Of course, not having computer issues, but having a bit of a bad time. He's currently sitting in 17th, struggling to keep up with the field. Do we think it's just a lack of experience in this track, or do you think there's something else going on with Quenfro tonight?
He might have gotten out of the DRS. He might have lost a little bit and could not keep up after that. And the way I'm seeing running laps, I don't think it's experience. I think it's just unfortunate luck.
Yeah, I don't think you're inherently wrong.
I might be wrong.
No, I
might be wrong on that.
I don't think you're inherently wrong. I think you're right. Quenfro did find his way out of the DRS relatively quickly, and you're right. I mean, once you're out of it, dude, getting back in is an insane challenge. But of course, this still does leave 16 drivers stuck in this DRS train. This is insanity. Really quite impressive. We got Bedunk just jumping in here. The McLaren team principal watching these guys up in the front go 3 wide to turn one. Is there going to be moments? Light one right there, and that's Eruption barely making it through. But of course, Chazzy and DeFi having a little bit of a moment with each other as well to kind of try to fight their way and just live through that kerfuffle. No one dodges DRS quite yet, but whoa, it is getting scrappy quickly.
So what we're going to see right here in the next couple laps is Chazzy's tires are going to fall off.
That's true.
And everybody behind him is going to try to run him over. You're going to see Eruption pull a little bit of lead, and they don't want that. So they're going to try to pass him in the next DRS straight, but they're going to be a little too aggressive, in my opinion, because you're going to have a compound of drafting and pulling. It's going to be weird in this next turn one, believe me.
Oh, you're probably right. Also, whoopsies, I don't know why I just said McLaren. Bedunk is the Alpine team principal. I totally said it as it was from last season. Whoopsies. I'm so used to him being an orange. But of course, he's made the team swap, and now he's managing Minico tonight. No other Alpine driver here tonight, so it's just a single driver effort. Chazzy, look at that. He's lost 2 seconds from the lead. I think he loses 4 positions here going into turn one. Chazzy will be down to 6 before he gets to the end of the straight. There's 1. There's 2. McLaren's about to come out of 3. And I think
what I thought was going to happen.
Even Tachubi's going to try to take a bite out of it. There he goes. Oh, Tachubi almost took way too big of a bite. Oh my gosh. That was a very late break from the Mercedes driver. Ho, 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 ho. I was terrified.
That's right there. I'm so surprised.
They made it through. Yeah, at least they lived. Oh, there's ChazzyBot now under pressure from Zyros. You're right. Chazzy's actually getting pushed off the track a little bit. I know he's not going to be happy about this. He's going to want to try to hold on a little bit. Zyros trying to best give it as little room as he's legally allowed to. And it's going to work out. And there goes Chazzy now down to 7th with his medium tire compadres, Mateo and Major Castleman, who have not been pushing nearly as hard as he has, staying up in the front.
As Bum said after that first corner, I need a new pair of underwear after that. I don't disagree with that. That turn one after that was insane. Everybody went in there with full commitment. I'm amazed that they were able to hold on to it. But the hard tires, like I was saying, are the better choice right now. But maybe they won't be later. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a question of how long will that better choice last, right? I think that it's still going to be a pretty good choice for the next, 5-ish or so laps. These hard tires are just like, they're weirdly strong here. I really don't get it. It's kind of a bit, but it's just such a huge difference between those and the mediums. But I do still think that that advantage is going to eventually go away, and people like Chazzy, Major Castleman, who have taken an alternate strategy, they might end up getting a little bit lucky and finding some better luck as the race goes on. Up at the front, though, we got Eruption. Slowly but surely losing that lead to Supply Raptor, DeFi, Cloud, Tachubi, all working together. those 2nd through 5th guys, I mean, none of them are on the same team, but they're basically playing team orders. Do you think they're just doing their best to catch up and they're not going to be passing each other very much, or do you think we're still going to see some good scraps here?
I do think they're playing a little bit of a DRS train to try to gain back time on Eruption because they lost time due to the medium tires falling off, and they're all on the hard. So I think that's what they're trying to do, but at the end of the day, a driver wants to win. They're going to try to go for the pass.
Yeah, as soon as they can get one, it's like, hey, why the heck wouldn't you go for it, right?
Exactly.
And it looks like... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're fine.
I was going to say, it looks like Supply Raptor isn't really able to hang on with Eruption without the help of DRS leapfrogging either way. So he's going to need that help desperately from people like DeFi and Cloud and Tachubi right behind him.
I'd say within the next lap and a half, they're going to gain on Eruption because he has no DRS. If the pack wants to work together, as you see, Supply is getting ran over, which is to be expected.
Actually almost getting in an incident too. But he makes it alive with himself and Tachubi. But he does make it alive, and they gain about 2/10 out of that exchange as a collective pack. Of course, the leader of that collective is now DeFi and the Williams, Nick Aro. So you never know.
Well, let's go ahead and look at Eruption, and he's not really burning that much battery, so maybe he's ready for it. Maybe he's saving the tires. He might be understanding that what's going to happen in the next couple laps, or he just has that much pace. We'll see.
I think it could be a nice little combo of both. I will also mention the lack of track limit penalties 11 laps in is shocking to me.
Especially at this track.
This track is notorious for them, and yet somehow 16 of the 18 drivers have stayed within the white lines at least most of the time. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Also, yes, Titan, Miller Time, are you able to give Mr. Titan an invite potentially so he can go and retire the car manually?
I think I have him as a friend.
Well, hey, let's see if we guys can get each other added. In the meantime, back up the leaders, fight. It's still Eruption, not really having to battle too much, but it's now Cloud is going to go for a move on DeFi. Tachubi will also go for it. The Pirate will be too far back to make any sort of meaningful move. DeFi just going to hang back and say it's fine, and just kind of relax and chill in 4th. DeFi, I'm sure, is definitely playing the long game right here, not wanting to go for something. I'm hearing obviously Badunk says, can Eruption stay out of time penalties? That's his biggest weakness this season. I agree, and obviously that's going to be his big goal today. Does he achieve his big goal is the real question. But obviously he's a goal seeker, and that goal is to keep it in the white lines. If he was to even get a 3-second penalty right now, it would drop him from 1st down to, I think, 3rd. So he'd lose 2 positions from just a single penalty. It's a big difference today.
Unfortunately, I don't have Mr. Titan as a friend, so I can't invite him right now.
Dang it. I think there might be a way for you to be able to add him as a friend from the menu, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, but
yeah,
I'll figure it out. I'll mess with it for a second.
Yeah, that's right. Well, somebody to look at as well right now is Chazzy-Bot. Look at this, man. He's already down a whole second off of the train of Zyros and up. So those medium tires are really hurting him. He's not going to have DRS here. He's going to go into the pits, actually. Major Captain stays out. Mateo goes in. 2 drivers into the pits, and those are just Chazzy and Mateo. Jays will go in as well. 3 drivers now into the pits. Let's see where Chazzy comes out. He's obviously going to take the white walls and go onto the hards. Mateo also the same move. And same thing with Jays, I'm sure. But now it's going to be Chazzy-Bot and Mateo having to work together, work with each other to keep DRS on each other, and to start leapfrogging back and forth lap to lap. And that'll help them catch up drastically. Eruption, though, I'm seeing a little bit of struggle in his pace. He's down to 1.5 seconds of a lead. I'm seeing a little bit of a rear end.
Little wishy-washy, if you would.
Yeah. It doesn't seem quite as nailed down as what we're used to seeing.
Not as confident in the exits.
Yeah,
his entries are fine, but his confidence on the exits aren't as good. So yes, I agree with you. I think he's going to get run down here in the next couple laps, because the hard tires you really want to push a while.
Yeah, he wants to take these as close to 20 laps as he possibly can, if not longer. I know you can technically take them to the very, 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 very end, if I recall correctly on this track, but it's like it's a pretty dangerous strategy. He's got 1.7 seconds currently as a gap between himself and Tachubi. A little bit longer now, as Tachubi had not the best exit out of the final corner. Tachubi, of course, is going to be trading positions with Cloud, who's now up into second, and also DeFi, who's now up into third. And Supply After will still again stay in fifth. Since he's been passed at a second by those three guys, he has not gotten anywhere near as relevant up in this top four fight. I wonder what's changed up. Do you think he's got a little bit of damage? Or do you think it's just a bit of a mental switch that's maybe switched off for him?
It might be a little bit of like he got too far ahead. Right? And a little messing up here and there. He's a little panicky. I got to run away from this. I'm good. I'm doing great. But you never know. We'll figure out in the next couple laps if he can maintain.
I think he's got the pace to maintain. I think he's got a good, good head on his shoulders. He knows how to go and run these long races that do get rather arduous. We're about 15 laps into the 30 right now, 29 that we have right here. We got some time still left in it, but we're basically about that halfway mark. We're about to, I think we've technically crossed another halfway through this track. And so now we're to the business end of this race. Eruption's still holding the lead. Cloud's still in second. DeFi still in third, and Chubi rocking down in fourth. Zyros, in my opinion, is also kind of a bit of a dark horse, sitting in sixth. I think he's just lurking, He's not going to try to push the, push the needle. He's not going to try to force the issue. He says, hey, I'll let you guys I'll figure it out with each other. And in the meantime, I'll just play chill. I did just see somebody coming out of the pits. It looks like that was Jay's. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, it was Mr. Titan. Oh, no, his AI is lapped now. And that has caused a small problem for some people. But hopefully will not be a big problem for anybody else, as the next person to catch him is going to be Mimiko. And he wants to catch him quick, so we can just dispatch them and be done with it. Farther up front, still Zyro, Supply After, Cloud, Tachubi, Nick RL, and Eruption in that order. Dude, it's going to be one of those bloodbaths today. I think it's going to go all the way to the end, kind of similar to this kind of order where they're all going to be fighting for it. Now, Miller, do you think that we're going to see any other of these manufacturers with two drivers in here tonight, like the Williams, like the Sauber, like the Ferraris, or the V-Carbs? Do you think we're going to see any of these guys actually end up getting two cars in the top 10 like Kick Sauber are at? Or do you think they're just going to, devolve and not have any good full team base points?
That's kind of hard to say, because at the moment I'm currently trying to talk to Mr. Titan and figure out how I could work this out with him, but I can't add you, Mr. Titan, unfortunately, in the middle of the race. It won't allow me to, but let me go back to what you were asking. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one because everybody's pretty close. A little bit of a big gap. Like you were saying, the top five are kind of starting to pull away top six. It's kind of weird. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear what you were fully asking from me.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if we think we're going to see any of these teams actually have a good, cumulative result instead of just one driver going and absolutely dominating. Actually, we got a bit of a crash there. Sketchy Bull and Josh Rose. Sketchy Bull, very interesting rejoin actually right in front of the AI, so it doesn't really matter too much. Sketchy Bull and Josh Rose looks like they went off on their way down into turn 4. No safety car yet still. So Bum has yet to get his wish to come true, but it does look like Sketchy Bull is driving a mildly damaged car, I bet. I could be wrong, but something seems off.
Yeah, it looks like he lost his, nope, he's good.
He's back up to pace.
No, nothing missing.
Okay, good. I was hoping he'd have some slightly better luck tonight, because man, this guy knows how to find himself in a bad situation. It's just one of his best skills, one of his unfortunate redeeming qualities. His teammate though, ADF,
a lot of people, and it's sometimes got a lot of people pulling off into the pits.
There they go. Ooh, Zyro's actually almost smacking it into the wall from rear lockup, going into the pits. No double stacking. That's the one benefit of not having any teams with two drivers up in the top, top 6-7 battle, where it's, where it's all really contentious. That's a big benefit of that. You don't have to worry about the double stack. But now these drivers are going to have to go about 12 laps in these mediums, going a little bit early, versus somebody like Eruption, Tachubi, Supply Raptor, all waiting a little bit longer. Minico, ADF as well, and Josh Rose. Gwenfro, of course, also waiting, those drivers that are waiting an extra lap, I think it's actually going to pay dividends for them personally.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
But then again, these guys who are on their outlaps right now are going to be flying. So watch for a potential undercut overtake from the DeFi and Clouds of the lobby. They're right up on each other's bums still. No pun intended. And and I think if they nail this outlap, they got a shot at grabbing a position from Eruption to Chuby Supply Raptor, who did not pit. If they nail it. Maybe even fully pass Eruption for the lead. Wouldn't that be,
Maybe.
wouldn't that be something?
Maybe. I don't know if Eruption is losing enough time. He is carrying so much pace.
Right?
That I don't know if the undercut is actually going to work on him. And here we go. They go into the pits.
It's a single lap. That's all we're going to find out of. If a single lap undercut's going to make a difference. Minico stays out an extra lap. So does ADF. So does Josh Rose, I bet you. It's coming down to the final corner. He hasn't, committed to it yet. I'm going back to Eruption camera. I'm going to see where he comes out.
Can they cover that distance? I think they can. I think they can get back
tough,
into that
though.
DRS.
Yeah, they probably can. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Eruption. Right there to Chuby. Chuby passes Eruption. Almost. No, he doesn't. I thought he was going to have it, but instead, it's Cloud and Nick Aro who are having the battle. That's what I was seeing in the background. It was Gwenfro that passed Eruption. Of course, Gwenfro on a totally different strategy, so it doesn't really matter. Wow. Cloud, DeFi, to Chuby are having one heck of a scrap right here for that 6th, 7th, 8th position. It's good points paying position, but it's nowhere near a winning spot. Do you think they're fighting a little bit too early and it's going to take them away from a shot at usurping Eruption as the time goes on?
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough to say on that one because pushing a little hard. We got a little bit of a caution coming out. Where's that at?
I don't see it either. Oh, it's just
Wow,
one car.
we
It looks
get
like
the battle
Fletcher.
back here in 5th and 6th between Gwenfro and Cloud. It's going to be... I don't know if they have anything at the end of the day for Eruption, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, now Cloud's going to be pissed about this right here because Gwenfro is on 17 lap old tires and Cloud is on brand new mediums. Cloud was just barely within DRS zone of Eruption. Now he's going to get lucky and get the DRS one more time, assuming that, Gwenfro pulls into the pits, but he's not even going to give him a chance to. Oh, Gwenfro gets tagged down because Gwenfro wanted to go into the pits. Oh, no, and that's DeFi as well. That's a big crash. Is that
going to be a safety car? No, it's not.
Still not. Whoa. And DeFi gets smoked out of that one because it looked like Gwenfro wanted to go into the pits there, but of course the driver came alongside, and so he couldn't go, but he turned a little bit anyway, and that's what caused it all to go kick off.
100%. 100%. They were looking for the pit entry, but missed their exit and didn't understand that can't make it in right there.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh, there goes the 3-second penalty left for DeFi.
Room for sure.
Oh, probably. That's a tough one, man. I know Gwenfro obviously doesn't mean it. He never does. I don't know if that actually is his fault either. We're going to find out, obviously, but from first glance, it's looking like a whoopsies. There's nowhere for him to go, but he thought he needed to pit, but he just kind of missed his exit,
You still need to be aware. You still need to be aware of what the cars around you doing.
Dude, that's tough. That's a tough spot to be in.
Tough.
Well, hey, up at the front, it's still the Eruption show. With Josh Rose currently leading the... Oh, there's the time penalty. Badunk said something about Eruption staying out on time penalties. No, he doesn't. And that could be the dagger for him, because if Chuby can stay clean now for the rest of this race, that's the win. As Josh Rose obviously is going to go into... Nope, he's going to stay out again. And just hold on for his safety car, I guess.
Because he's the same position that we just saw the lap before. He wanted to go in the pits, it looked like, but he couldn't because Eruption was on the inside.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Man. There goes DeFi. Retired into the pits, actually. Oh, no. I wonder if he ended up having any damage or something like that. There goes Gwenfro into the pits as well. Oh, that's heartbreaking, man.
Are you looking at the battle back in 10th and 11th right now? Oh, we got a spin.
Oh, there it is.
We got a spin.
City of R and Minico, yeah. They came to blows. I don't know who lost the wing, but I saw City of R's lost the wing. Minico's still in it. Minico also missing some wing, left side of it. Oh, dude, both of them have a little bit of damage now. They have to carry around. It was going to be a great battle, wasn't it? But now there's a good battle right here at ADF and Mateo. ADF, brand new medium tires, Mateo, 7-lap-old hards, holding him up for dear life. ADF says, no, let me go. I need this position now. But it's not happening quite right. Tachubi has now made his way up into third. I see Cloud in second, and still Eruption leading this race. Time penalties are starting to pour in like it's a waterfall. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Everybody's got 3 seconds that you see with the time penalty on board. Nobody's got more than 3. Oh, man. Eruption, though, putting down the fastest lap of the race.
Eruption is trying to run away from that 3, and he has actually broken that 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Eruption is insanely fast right now.
And remember, he stayed out 1 extra lap as well, so he had that that overcut, which means he's got 1 less lap of tire wear. And that could play some massive dividends as the next 8 laps come to play. Never know.
100% agree with you. We'll see if he accidentally gets another time penalty. I can't tell you how many times, what kind of warnings he has, but
I would assume he's probably on 0 or 1 warning since he just recently got that time penalty. But we don't know. You're right. We never know. He could be pushing his mind off right now and getting himself
trying to break that 3 seconds.
Exactly. He could be getting track limit warnings pretty often. So it's totally an unknown. You're right. Now, somebody who's doing a really good job also stay clean and always does is this guy, Supply Raptor. Finds a way to very rarely get himself time penalties, but does end up, making up a couple positions most races because of time penalties. Right now, he's only got 1 guaranteed out of Zyros. Of course, if he can find some blistering alien level pace, he might be able to get himself close up to that fight with Eruption. But it does look like Eruption is in a class of his own today, and Cloud and Tachubi are just trying their best to graduate to get up to that class themselves. But doesn't look like their capping down is coming time. I think they're still going to get hung back and have to stay back a grade. What do you think, though? Do we think we see Supply Raptor find his way to catch back up with these second and third place and make a challenge for podium?
And he's got a lot of pace. I'm watching him push. He's got a lot of pace. He just took a pass right there in the DRS section. We'll see if he can maintain and continue this move forward because it looks like the tires are working well for him.
Yeah, they're not the oldest ones on track. Obviously, he came in with Eruption and Tachubi, so he waited a little bit longer. And like I said, I think that the overcut, might end up playing dividends because you're going to be able to, not have nearly as much wear on them on those tires. Josh Rose still holding out for a safety car, by the way. 21 laps old, hard tires right here. He's still chilling. I don't think it's going to come to him, but you never know. He's sitting in an 8th and just praying for it right now. That would still keep him in 8th, and of course, a safety car would force him to get affected by that penalty way worse,
the race is working out, I don't think a safety car is going to happen. As much as I thought it was going to, everybody's kind of playing nice.
Yeah,
I say that, and we've seen some spins, but no safety car.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying how chill everyone's been today, honestly. I like car energy, I like chaos. I like it to get pretty wild. And these guys have just been like, hey, we're gonna run a race where we don't try to kill each other today. And I'm like, that's a little... That's not what we signed up for here in Tier 1.
Why did they pick the day I wanted to commentate? That's not fair.
Yeah, we wanted a bloodbath, but instead you've given us just a bubble bath, and that's just so rude, honestly. Pretty crazy then. But of course, the bubble bath does not extend to the likes of Supply Raptor, Tachubi, and Cloud. They're obviously still fighting as hard as they possibly can to claw up the most positions they possibly can get. Second place is still very much on the table, and technically the win, as well as Eruption still with the 3 seconds, and now Cloud clawing his way back up into contention. He's only 2.8 seconds away. Eruption, no, the 3. I said it. He could be getting more warnings.
You called it.
And there it is.
You called it.
Oh, man. Now
that
Eruption.
That throws the win away. That is what more than a win.
It puts him from 1st to 5th because Zyros has 3 more seconds of penalties still.
So now Cloud needs just to run his race.
That's it. That's all it is. Just exist, and I will win. He kind of needs to pray for no safety car so that he doesn't have to, deal with carnage and chaos. As we do have a spun out car of Gwenfro, unfortunately, on the exit of turn 2. Nobody nearby, though, so no safety car will come out. Again, it's been so hard to call a safety car here. We've had spins and stuff, but it just hasn't happened yet. And I don't think it's going to happen either. I think we're past the point of no return here. That safety car.
Agreed.
It's unfortunate, man. I obviously always love the way that bunches up the pack, but with how many time penalties we have right now,
the win between Tech, I don't know how to say that name, Chuby. And Cloud, they are technically battling for the win right now.
They are, and Supply Raptor's also not out of it either. He's obviously right there only 7/10 away. He does look like he's driving a lot more conservatively, comparatively to Chuby and Cloud, who are still not braking for any of these corners. It's unbelievable. Supply Raptor's like, nah, I'll chill. I'll be nice to my tires. And of course, it's paying a little bit of dividends for him in this middle sector. But as he gets to the back half of the race, back half of the racetrack, it doesn't seem like he's got nearly the same pace as these second and third place drivers. We've got Yellow Someone saying, I think Minico and Sketchable are entering their Celtics Shaq era. They're a little bit past their prime, I think is what he's saying. But they are right next to each other, hanging out on track, both rocking no wings. At least for sure Minico is. I'm not sure about Sketchable. It just feels like it'd be on brand if he didn't have one, though. But of course, he does, I think, actually have 2 caps to that highlighter. That is his front nose. What a crazy looking car, isn't it, dude?
You're going to see a pass for technically the lead right here.
Oh, you're right. Goes to Chuby. Easy as you like it. What about Supply Raptor? Nowhere near.
What the rebound is, does he save the battery? Does he push hard? Well, I'm curious to see what he's going to do because it's an interesting DRS straight. So we have... Oh, we got a caution out?
It's Josh Rose going in, retiring in the pits. He never got that safety car. His strategy never worked. He tried. You know, I like that he tried. But unfortunately, it does not come to fruition, and he will have to retire out of the race to avoid getting just straight up last place. But remember, we do pay out points to 12, so.
Do you know who's getting back into this that we haven't talked to in a while?
Who?
Supply is sneaking his way up into this battle for the lead or for the win. Because Eruption is out of it, unfortunately, with this 6-second time penalty. But Supply is slightly getting back in there. I'm curious to see what he's going to do in the next couple laps. Is he saving battery? What is his idea here?
I'm not seeing much battery being used from him personally. I think he's just getting, you're right, you know, a couple hundreds every couple corners. And that's going to pay dividends over time. It's small gains, marginal gains over the period of a race makes a massive difference. That could be what gives you the win. Of course, it's going to have a crazy, crazy run here at these final corners to be able to get it. And it doesn't look like he's able to get nearly as much traction as like Cloud and Chuby do every single time they come out of that final corner. Look at Cloud just disappear from Tachubi's POV. Man, the DRS overspeed is absolutely bonkers. And of course, the Pirate just caught up too. He's now only 3/10 away from the pack.
Wow, look at him push. Look at him push. I'm curious, but like I said, Supply, I think he's sitting back there saving a little bit. We got 3 laps to go. I'm wondering how hard Supply is going to push. He's got a lot of speed. Yeah,
I mean, I know him. He's not the kind of guy to lay down easy and just and let a race get lost. He's like, hey, I'm going to fight to the bitter end. And I think that's why people like watching him drive and like his personality so much. It's because he is the kind of guy that just has no give up in him. He just says, I will fight this thing until I look like the most stubborn person in the world. And even then still, I'm going to keep on fighting this thing and try my best to come back. And I like that. You know, that tenacity is exactly what you want to see in a driver, especially one here at the top level of Boost Racing League. And Supply Raptor's embodying that for sure. But Doug says he's an emoji kind of guy, and I would agree. He's also somehow entirely unserious. I don't know how he can do both at the same time. But Supply Raptor is quite an enigma, and I want to see if he can go in and put that enigma to the test and get himself a good result here tonight. 5/10 away from an overtake on Tachubi. Not enough because, of course, Tachubi will have the DRS to stay within, you know, punching distance of Cloud. But it is really a long, long, long reach for that jab to be considered a punch between himself and Cloud. It is... That gap is getting worse and worse. I think Cloud might be running away with this thing. What do you think, Miller?
Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. I think everybody behind him is saving a little bit.
Oh,
you don't want to jump out too quick and blow your battery off. I think they're going to wait around the next lap on this next DRS straight is where you're going to see the move. It's where you're going to see something interesting.
Well, now we are past the point of no return to where we cannot get a safety car. So for the first time in a while that I can remember, at least, I'm commentating on a race that doesn't have a safety car. This feels great. And of course, the Tier 1 race with no safety car, which is a rather rare experience as well. But good to see. We want to see these drivers going and driving it clean. And we like this this session that they've got going on tonight. They're doing a good job. Here comes Eruption, still doing the best to gap out an extra 2.3 seconds that he needs to somehow keep this win, but I just don't see it happening.
It's going to be interesting. I'm telling you, if you look at Cloud, he is using a little bit more battery. We're going to see right here down the straight. I guarantee you're going to see a dive bomb, a 100%.
I don't think he's going to be close enough.
Some way, shape.
Look at Tachubi. He's far out, man. He's nowhere near.
Overspeed. We'll see.
No, not quite there.
He's too far out.
He's got 2 more laps to get it done, but I mean, I don't know if he's going to have the pace to catch back up to this. You're right, though. I am seeing a little bit of burn from both of these guys, actually. I saw Cloud and Tachubi both turn on the battery a little bit, so this is a tight race. Supply Raptor obviously right behind, though. He is nowhere near irrelevant from this fight. He's still got a really good shot at picking up the pieces of these two and potentially even getting himself a win. You never know here in Moose Racing League. Travis Grigg says no safety cars today in Tier 2 or Tier 3 either. It looks like we've had a day of no safety cars. I cannot believe I'm saying that. A whole day of Moose Racing League with no safety cars.
We got a race here.
We do. It's going to come down to the line between these three. Orange, silver, and white. And it's a DRS chicken that we see going on from Cloud. He tries to slow it down and let Tachubi take the lead, but it does not work. The chicken gets his head cut off.
Battery usage. No battery usage from Chubi.
Yeah, he's waiting, man. He's absolutely waiting. Oh, there it goes.
Here it is.
Around the outside's brave there. Tachubi probably should have, opted for a better exit because now that lets Supply Raptor get up in the fight. And Supply Raptor with a much better overspeed. In fact, he's going to take the right side. Supply Raptor up to the lead now. There he goes. I said he had a shot at it. He's never won the count out. And now he's up in the lead of this little fight. But of course, it's going to be a bit of a contact right there. Supply Raptor getting tapped a little bit. Tachubi now back up into the lead. Zyro's right there sitting in fourth. Cloud says, no. Let me get back up in here. Cloud losing all the positions. And now he's down into fifth. That is crazy. But Tachubi somehow gets the best of it and finds his way up into the lead, but maybe not for long. Supply Raptor had some better overspeed in 4, but loses it out of 5, and it's a deep dive into 6. Eruption is running away, though. 5.7 seconds now. 5.8. Eruption might do it and still take it. Holy smokes.
What is going on? I thought I was looking at the battle for the lead between second and third. Eruption is out there. I didn't even realize that.
Man,
what a race.
He has been flying these last couple corners, and because of that hard fight they had into turn 1, that is potentially just giving Eruption the win right there. As people in chat are saying, oh my gosh, Eruption is probably freaking out right now. Like, oh my gosh, am I actually going to get this? But it's going to come down to nothing but hundredths of a second. I guarantee you it will be fractions that decide this race and not full seconds. Big turn in there from Tachubi. Doesn't have enough exit speed. It's Eruption across the line first, but it's half a tenth to get it, and it's not going to do it. Eruption actually gets it all the way down with a tenth between himself and Supply Raptor on penalty. Supply Raptor grabs third, Cloud in fourth, Zyro's in fifth, Tachubi gets that second. Eruption, I don't know how you got that one. What a way to get it. He got so lucky with the fight behind him. Chazzy in sixth, incredible comeback with ADF in seventh on penalties, 4 1,000ths away. Castleman in 8th, Sketchable in 9th. So the Kick Sauber team doing a good job along with the Haas, both of them having 2 top 10s. And then Mateo rounds out our top 10, of course, also helping out the Red Bull team. ADF, unfortunately, going to the DNF, and so it messed up the thing. But yes. Wow.
Believe Eruption pulled that off. I wasn't even looking at that.
Dude, what was the DRS chicken? That was the mistake. I don't know why Cloud tried to play it. But if Cloud didn't play the chicken,
they were battling for the win. They thought.
But man,
and Eruption just had so much pace.
That was incredible.
I have never seen that before. That Eruption, kudos to you. The pace that he was able to hold on to and pull that off after a 6-second time penalty. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 6 second in tier 1. That's all. That's like a guaranteed out of the top 5. But not today. That's a win today, man. Congratulations to this guy. But yeah, Kamal says it right. Playing with fire can get you burned, and that it did, man. Congrats, like El Shade against us, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Hey, you know what? DRS Chicken's a fun game. I disagree, but it's Eruption with the win, coming out on top of that DRS Chicken, even though he wasn't even involved in it. Tachubi in second, Supply Raptor in third, Cloud in fourth, Zyro's in fifth, Chad's about in 6th, Castleman in 7th, Sketchful in 8th. ADF is somewhere in there as well, but of course it glitched and put him all the way out of there. Mateo in 9th, Minikill rounds our top 10, but I think he's actually 11th with City of R grabbing our final points position. Then Jays, Fletcher, Gwenfro, Titan, Josh Rose, and of course DeFi. Josh Rose and DeFi not finishing. Titan and Gwenfro though technically finishing. So there we go. They made it to the end.
I cannot believe what I just saw.
What a bonkers finish, dude.
I did not think that they were gonna, or he was gonna be able to pull off that win.
Welcome to Tier 1, man. Always expect the unexpected, right? Holy
that
smokes.
Was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was such a good finish. Oh, dude, I am so mad that I can't do interviews because holy smokes, I'm sure we'd hear some good stuff out of Eruption. But unfortunately, I've got to make a quick tip and dip so I can get a tiny little bit of a break before I go into this F4 race. But I do want to say, wow, what a crazy finish. And obviously, everybody in chat here, you guys got a great show, which I'm super glad of. And Miller, dude, thanks so much for joining me tonight, man. This was a blast.
I appreciate it.
This was it's a
could have
crazy.
done a little better, but I thank you so
no.
much for inviting me to help out.
It was great, and honestly, man, what a race for you to come into as well. A race that's maybe even going to have implications for the championship. You never know. With Eruption, of course, making a really good points finish to help himself out in that fight. Shantigan says, "I've had to Chubby for a win since lap 12, but unfortunately, he doesn't get it. But it is what a drive. I agree, man. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it, but he was right there on the tail of it." Man, what a good race. Well, hey, guys, the next time we're live, of course, is going to be next week. We've got another great race. It's going to be hard to beat Qatar, but I think if there's one track that can beat Qatar, it's the one that we're racing next week. I expect to see some great racing coming out of all these drivers here in Australia because it's also the first weekend of the real-life crossover for our track choices. So all these drivers are going to be extra motivated to go do their best because they're going to be hyped up on F1 action. They're going to be seeing it in real life. They're going to go relive it in the virtual world. And so I expect to see some great racing next week. And Miller, hopefully we get to have you join us again for one of our commentaries next week.
Of course. I would like to try to race next weekend.
Oh, well. fair. Hey, maybe you play some double duty. You do it. Maybe.
I would love that.
That'd be great. Well, man, thank you again so much for joining us. And thank you so much, everybody here in chat, for joining us as well. You guys are incredible. You guys know I only ask one thing of you all. Keep being wonderful and keep making the world a better place. We shall see you guys in 7 days for the Australian Grand Prix, round 8 of the Season 13 Tier 1 Championship. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much.